You couldn't just say founder, like founder. Okay, so what role do you want to have? CEO. What role? No, huh? Manager. Is that manager you said? So, no, please, you're not. Okay, sorry, I need to hear you. Why are you scared?
Managing director.
You just said empty. Gosh, she stressed me, brought me down from up there. Just a managing director. Alright, tomorrow, everybody see managing director. Accountant. So it's now going to be there's so many roles. And again, like I always tell people, those roles that you see offline, you have them online. And probably that was the next thing we'll do, probably when we'll come tomorrow. We're going to show you some of these jobs, and then what they entails, and then what they entail, and then the things that you need to do to get them. There are so many of them, webmaster, graphics designer, a whole lot. And then they have their entry-level fee. Many of them are high-paying jobs. Okay, so many of us have said CEO, founder, and the likes. It's very beautiful. Successfully co-founded 2 companies. So using search engines to find jobs. I also would want us to be practical. We are all undergraduates here. Some of us that have graduated, I think I read that. Some already graduated, some are undergraduates, final year, and the like. So the job or the field that you are playing in, I want us in the next 2 minutes to do something. Open your browser, open your phone, your smartphone, go to your Google Chrome, and then just search on your browser. Search the job that the field that you're playing in or what you want to do. It may just be a different field. For somebody like me that studied agriculture, of course what I'm doing here is way beyond agriculture. So let's assume a field you want to play in. So go on your Google search and just search that job and see the result that it gives to you. So you can search for all the role that you want. So let's say you want to be the CEO of a bank. Or share. Or you want to be amazing. That's amazing. Alright, so for some of us that are probably maybe working or we are working full time, how do you currently find a way about your job? The job you're doing or you're working with. How did you hear about them? How did you hear about them? And is anybody here working with an organization currently? If you are, let me see your hands up. How did you hear about them? Word of mouth, online, how did you hear about them? Okay, sorry, let me just speak. Let me just.
Are you applying for the job? I think you see your at the wedding ceremony and got off the job.
She used connection. I didn't apply for the job. I didn't see her. Like that. No, it happens, right? Okay, so yes.
What's the about it to word of mouth?
Alright, awesome. Word of mouth. That was why I did mention the word of mouth. Like I said, the organization I'm working with, or the organizations that I am working with or have worked with, I of course I got some through word of mouth. There are others I got even on Facebook. I just saw, in fact, I got connected to a guy some years back, and the guy introduced me to the organization. I went through all that I needed to go through, and I started working with him. I've also gotten jobs on LinkedIn. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that. And if you know, how many of us are on LinkedIn here? See, it's one platform that is very serious. Yes, I play a lot, so I play a lot on Twitter. Twitter is just catching cruise and all of that. LinkedIn, you can post all the fine pictures you want on Instagram, sorry. On Instagram, you can post all your fine pictures and videos on Instagram. On LinkedIn, you know it's a serious business. So you have to take all your professional shots, you have to, some people start posting things like they have sense, too much sense like that, even though some of them don't have sense. But like that, LinkedIn is a very serious platform because you get connected to professionals, you get connected to people who have had tons and tons of recommendations. And again, for someone like you who is playing in this field, you also want to turn on your job recommendations so that when there are new openings, LinkedIn notifies you. And then you can just select. At times I receive notification on my email like, okay, there's this recommendation for you. At times I see Coca-Cola, at times I see the like, I'm not what's my own. You know, there's a whole lot of them like that. So 20% of the world's workforce change jobs each year. Over half use the internet to look for employment. Over half use the internet to look for employment. People are finding convenient. With the advent of COVID, people now discover that yes, there's something called working from home. Before now, it didn't gain that much traction. Yes, people knew you could work from home, but when they knew it was a necessity. They knew it was a necessity. For companies like Google, today they still not resumed their physical session like that. They are trying to now come back to physical trainings and all. What we do is virtual sessions. So they knew that was what blew Zoom. Zoom just came and like Zoom took over everywhere. Everybody was doing sessions and meetings on Zoom. Like everywhere you turn to Zoom meetings, because of working from home. Right? So it's important that you know that a lot of your employers are online, and then you have to position yourself. I'll tell a quick story that happened some years back. So a guy applied for a job. And then the guy had a very wonderful CV. In fact, I think when the story was told, they said he had like the best CV that was submitted. But what disqualified him was this. His employers went to his social media handle and then saw, I think it was on Facebook, and they saw all the many green bottles, like back to back. Of course, the guy was always from one party to another party and to another party. And the kind of role he was to get in the job, the company felt he could not properly represent them. That was why he lost out on a very high-paying job. And recently, I was telling somebody, if you go to the embassy today, or you're to apply for visa or anything, they'll ask for your social media handle. We are going to the US or anywhere, they'll ask for your social media handle. Because in a sense, people want to also check the people they are allowing into their country. So they want to see if this guy is a terrorist, or if this guy has this affinity towards a hand. So they don't want to be caught off guard. So which is why we always tell people to be very careful what you also do online. In as much as you can catch clues. There's one very popular one that happened on Twitter. I don't know who saw that story of a lady that got an internship with NASA. That happened about 2 years ago now. I think about 2 or 3 years ago now. She got an internship with NASA, right? And then, the white girl, they're not sending anybody papa. So they can say anything that they like. And then the girl came on Twitter and then said something. And somebody came on her Twitter like, please mind what you see, and the girl used the airport like, get to go and stuff like that, insulted the guy. So, the girl did not know that the person she insulted NASA. Like, those people that used to say yes sir, everybody used to bat and say yes sir. That was the person she was using the F word on that to get out from her tweet. So the guy did not go report her because it doesn't really, but such people have following, just like saying you're interacting with Dangote or you're interacting with Otedola, for instance, online, and Otedola came on your tweet and said something and you see, get out. Of course, there are people following him that were like, and then they knew that guy had applied for that internship. She had really gotten the internship. So they cancelled their internship almost immediately. So I think someone, I think the guy was pleading on her behalf. I think they also found a way to just compensate her somewhere, but she lost that internship. Okay, so a quick one. I think when we came in, most of us registered outside. So if you know you did not register, you can go out and just quickly do that because there is a free certificate that will be given to you at the end of this whole session. So please, if you've not registered, you can kindly go out and register. Alright, so let's move on. 60% of people use job websites and career portal to find career opportunities. How many of us are on Jobberman? Jobberman. Okay, please, those are the things that we are still going to be taking you through. If you are not on Jobberman, you have to. It means that you just go to, before I leave, you do that, you go to Jobberman, you just sign up, and then you can also select or filter what you want. There's something Google also does. Okay, so let's open our phones again and go to jobs.google.com. Jobs.google.com. Many of us are, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we are so used to carrying CVs. But the way the world works these days, you really may not have any need to carry CVs, like physical CV, like you have to. Saying this with all humility, I don't think I have ever carried a CV physically since I graduated. I haven't. The last time I submitted my CV, I submitted online. And I don't really submit CVs in a sense because what I do, I build stuff. I like to work, I like to build things. So I rarely apply for jobs. Unless it's sort of like an appointment or the company wants to work with me on a project. Of course, they'll ask you to submit your CV to just see what you've done. So you go to jobs.google.com and then you can filter, put what you want, kind of jobs and all of those stuff. How many of us are there? You can write it down with your phone. You can go through there, you sign up, select your location, and then they just keep giving you information, new updates when there are jobs. Okay, so like I said, Discover Jobs is search engine. Use the Google app, or there's Google Go, is a lighter version of Google Chrome. To help structure and filter through opportunities, explore job listings, customize job searches, and then save listings. So you can decide the kind of jobs that you want to be sent to you, so that you're not just everywhere. It's not like, okay, let's say for instance, I want to play in the agricultural sector, and then somebody is sending you job opportunities that has to do with, let's say, even finance, or that's to do with education. That's already cross-purpose or it's mixed in. So you can filter to say, okay, I want to get recommendations that has to do with agriculture, or that has to do with finance, or that has to do with web development, UI, UX, and all of that. You can do that. This is what these platforms, the opportunity they offer you. So find thousands of job adverts with the click of a button, access wealth of information, let search engine do the hard work for you. Which is why I prefer to work online. Bulk of the work that I would have done in racking my brain and all, I just put in some of those keywords or key phrases, and then they do the hard work for me in filtering relevant jobs from the irrelevant ones. So like I said, key phrases to use when searching for jobs on search engines will include your location, the job title, the industry, the sector, that you're playing in, the job role, and also the tax. Okay, so what role are you going? Are you going for? Let's say you're going for the MDC role. You want to pursue the person that is there. That's why I said, yes. So which role would you want? So please put that on your phone. Just go through it. Jobs.google.com, jobberman.com. And then you put in your key phrases, you filter it to what you really want. Alright, so we are taking questions. Are there any questions from me at this point? Any questions? Do we have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? If you have a question, just signify by raising your hands. Alright, so let's move on. Utilizing job search platforms effectively. What job search platform do you currently use? Alright, so for many of us, when we want to search for a job or information, which platform do we use? Yes, responses? LinkedIn. Okay, it says LinkedIn, yes? Okay, LinkedIn is still included. Okay, Google and LinkedIn. Google and LinkedIn. Alright, so it says LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, now this is very important. Being online gives you so much advantage. Yes, this guy called the chess slum guy, the slum chess guy on Twitter. I don't know if you're following that story. I'm very active on Twitter. So that is what the social media can afford you. The guy just came up. Of course, that guy in the next 1 year could have successfully raised 500 million naira, and it's very doable. And I think the guy is close to 100 million naira currently. And there are people that are pulling resources for that project. What did he do? Just to come online and see, and just do one project that he did and called it chess in slum in Oshodi, I think it was in Oshodi. And then people got interested, and that's how it works. That's life-changing for him. The guy got verified almost immediately. Everybody's running, like, that's what social media does for you. So, apart from the fact that, yes, there is LinkedIn that is professional, you could also make the most of platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You know what you have, your content, it determines what you want. People, I remember some years back, that was how I got one of the first jobs I got online. Even in agriculture, when I was posting about what I do in terms of agriculture, and then somebody inboxed me on Facebook and like, I've been seeing your content for a while now. I would love to invest. I would love to partner with you. Now I was not doing it to I love doing it. So at times I go to the farm and I just post things, or I just write things that has to do with agriculture and all of that. And then I didn't know that somebody was actually watching. And that was like one of the first major investments I had in my life. Was from Facebook, from somebody I never knew. The guy just inboxed me, and like he see what I've been doing and he wants to partner with me. And that's how that started. And that's just like how the story, and you see the rest is history. So there's a whole lot that this platform affords you. Okay, so I made mention of Jobberman. So Jobberman, you can search and find your next career path from leading recruiters and employers, as well as get career advice from industry experts. Of course, there is LinkedIn. This is Jobs in Ghana for those in Ghana, of course. This is LinkedIn, connects you to the world's professional, search and apply for jobs which are relevant to your skills. Please, it's important you keep building your profile and your presence on LinkedIn. Very important. There's a whole lot of them. There's Career Checks, there is Fuso. Once you just go online, just search. I always tell you the two most important free platforms for me ever is Google and YouTube. I always tell people anything you want, basically, you can find on Google and you can find on YouTube. And of course, they are being owned by the same person or the same company rather. YouTube is owned by Google. And Google is like the biggest search engine platform in the world. YouTube is still the second largest in the world, being owned by the same company. Anything, I tell people, anything you want in terms of your career, you can find all of them on YouTube. Anything at all. YouTube is a whole universe on its own. Bulk of the things I learned on YouTube. Okay, you have a question? Alright, go ahead. Alright.
Thank you very much. I have two questions, sir. The first one is talking about social media as a means of searching for jobs. And so I want to start with Facebook as a social media that enhances searching or easy search for job. Of course, most times, because of the nature of how of our society, because of how corrupt or how bad the situation has gotten to. So we are aware that there are a lot of scammers everywhere, even on social media too. Recently I heard of a situation, a very close friend of mine who searched for a job online via Facebook and fall into the hands of wrong boys, all these bad guys, and attempt to scam him. So the question now is, how do you identify such persons so as not stray into their hands? That's the first question. And then the second question, talking about using internet as a means of searching for a job or employment or as soon as considered appropriate. And sometimes ago, I used to search like that, in preparation for the future. So one of them, sometimes, most times, not sometimes, you have to ask for something of CV and all that, a lot of processes. And most times, you tend to write explanation. For example, I know of Tory, they are recruiting for one, for Slovak and all that. But you finally finalize your CV and get ready for any of the needed, you must have written examination about 3 steps. So I want to ask, in your place for job or probably by way of experience or maybe you heard from friends or yourself, have you ever undergone 1 to 3 steps that involve examination? To pass those processes. Thank you very much.
All right, wonderful. Please let's put the hands together for those questions. I think we're also going to get there, but let me just answer this question. Now, of course, we know that there are so many issues on the internet, social media. We had one story issue that happened with one girl that happened a while back, right? So now, these are ways to at least be certain that these companies are legit. You have to search them online. They have an online presence. Chances are probably they would have had a Google My Business profile. A verified Google My Business profile. This tells you that, okay, so it makes sense these people are verified, which is why I always tell people, once you have a business, this is what we also talk about probably tomorrow or thereabout. And how to put your business in Google My Business. It gives you that much online visibility. It shows that you're trusted and all. So you want to first search those businesses out, if they have a website, if they have contact information like phone numbers and all. And then if, again, somebody has ever interacted with them before. I tell people, though I buy things from Jumia a lot, 90% of what I use, I buy from Jumia. I always shop. Always. But there's nothing I buy from Jumia without first checking the review. I always, 100% of the time, before I buy anything on Jumia, I must check if somebody has left a review on that product. So that I know if it's a product that is not what I ordered versus what I bought. I returned something recently that I bought from Jumia. I returned a product recently that I bought. I just returned it. I felt it didn't meet what I wanted. I returned it and they refunded me. Alright, but I always look out for the reviews. So if, for instance, you're going to those platforms, you always try and check out if people have interacted, what they said. You have to do your due diligence. Again, like I said, for searching for jobs on places like LinkedIn, most of those companies will just ask you to submit CV and then they will schedule an interview for you. It's not like you're going to do 10 steps, 10 examinations, or depending on the organizations you're also going to work with or you're applying for. The ones that I've worked with, basically I just submitted my CV and we had an interview on Zoom, or an interview on Google Meet, or an interview on Skype. any of these platforms. We just had a video interview, and then I passed the interview, and that was it.
Hi, my people. This is a practical session. I know that he didn't say it, so you're just writing or looking at his face. This is a practical session where we need you to start creating this account so you can have questions to ask him when he's done. Don't just write. We want you to do it. The goal of this session is not to give you information, but to get you to do. So please, as we are here, open the LinkedIn account, open the Jobberman account. So if you have questions, Ken is here. Ken will answer them. I've just set him up so I can have more questions for him.
Okay, so like I said, it's very important that you vet these people. Of course, you're submitting your CV, and again, depends on some jobs online currently you can work from home, depending on the kind of job that you are actually going for. So we need you to be physically present in their office. Again, it's very important that when you're going for any sort of maybe physical interview, I remember a friend of mine was going for an interview a while back, and then the person had to not just tell us the place that they were going to, but they had to share a live location of where they were going to. You never can be too careful. Never can be too careful. So it's not this, in the time we are in, it's not I'm dodging, I'm hiding to go for an interview. People, it's always good that you share with at least your trusted friends or your trusted family member where you are at every point in time. I don't know if that answered your question. Like I said, you have to vet it, you have to do your due diligence, you have to first search the company. In fact, Neraland is one very big place to always know if a company is fraud or not. Because somebody must have complained about the organization on Neraland. Trust me. So if you are not on Neraland, you have to just be on Neraland. If there is anything, when there was a lot of Ponzi scheme and all of those scam out there, if you go on Neraland, you will have discovered that some people would have complained about the organization before. So you always want to go on Neraland and just do your search on organizations, on stuff, and then see what people have said about it. It will give you, okay, this thing is legit or it's not something you should even think or to go further. Alright, so how many of us have opened Jobberman? I say we should probably search Jobberman. How many of us are on Jobberman? Okay, so let's go on Jobberman. Just search Jobberman because we are talking about experience, and it's true. Bulk of the organizations will still ask you for 3 to 5 years experience. So it's better that you start seeing all of these things now, getting used to the terrain now, getting these hands-on skill and all of that. Some of these jobs, especially digital skills, you can get them, you can acquire some in less than a week, some in 2 weeks, some in 3 weeks, some in 1 month, some in 2 months, depending on how fast you are. Okay, so there's a platform I'm going to introduce to you on the Google Digital Garage, right, where you get skills. You have courses on digital marketing, that's the fundamentals of digital marketing. You have courses on coding, that's web development. You have courses on public speaking. There are over 40 courses there. They are all for free. Google has provided this content for free, and then you get certified at the end. But like I said, it depends on your pace. There are some courses I took and I got certified in 2 days. I was there like all through. I didn't leave. I spent these hours there, and in 2 days I had finished and I got certified. Right? So it depends on your pace. Some people can say a week, depending on how their schedule are. So how many of us are on Jobberman right now? You open Jobberman. So you can just sign up. Sign up. Let's sign up on Jobberman. Sign up on Jobberman. And then if you have a LinkedIn profile that is looking shabby, so you take trial today, right, to put your LinkedIn profile in place. Right? Okay, so let's sign up. Let's finish signing up on Jobberman, and then we'll just quickly in the next 10 minutes try and go through some of us our LinkedIn profile, and then we have to rework it. We have to rework it. If you are serious in getting that, okay, on Jobberman, how many of us, if you are done signing up, just let me know. Okay. So if you are done signing up on Jobberman, just open your LinkedIn profile. I'll be going around on your LinkedIn LinkedIn profile? There's no picture on your LinkedIn profile. Okay, yes, this is nice. This is nice. This is beautiful. All right, and again, it means that are you looking for a job? You're looking for a job. You're looking for a job. Okay. Now I want to know, because as cool as your LinkedIn profile, you have to turn on job recommendations. As people should be able to find you for job recommendations. You have to turn it on. That's something you also have to do. Okay, so you see you're open to work. Yes, you're open to work. Okay. We can work for you. We can work for you. Alright, this is amazing. Okay, so we are done with Jobberman. Have you signed up on Jobberman? Alright, how many of you have successfully signed up on Jobberman? Let me see your hands up. On Jobberman. And again, I think on Jobberman, they also give some of these skills. I think there's one that is currently ongoing. They give some soft skills. There's something called the soft skill. Project management, time management, leadership management, and all of those things. These things are in high demand. I always tell people, regardless of your field, whether you are a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer, you need this soft skill. It will be an added advantage to you. There are times even the jobs in getting a mechanical engineer job may be delaying, and then you could just get a job being a project manager, and that could be more. So this is why it's always important to have these side hustles. I call it side hustles. Add it to yourself, no matter your field. Add some of these soft skills. Project management, time management, leadership management. Or if you want to still go further, UI, UX, you want to be a graphics designer, you want to be a web developer. Again, when people say, okay, web design or web development, people think it in terms of coding. When I started off as a web developer, my first point of call was WordPress. I didn't care about coding. It was later on I took to coding, at least learning to use HTML, CSS, Java, Bootstrap, and the likes, just playing around the front end and then migrating to the back end as well. But what I started off with was purely WordPress. And I could deliver in less than 2 days, 3 days, the kind of job that would take you a month or more using your native coding. That's the difference. That is what WordPress affords you. With WordPress, you can build jobs, you can do jobs faster, quicker, get the same results. Unless there is some things that you need to, there are some things that you need to add. Okay, so this is Jobberman, like I said, and there are some courses, you see Jobberman soft skills, like I said, courses that are going on that you can take. Very, very important. So many skills. There's one, you just go there, you register for, once you're done registering or signing up, you just go to any of all the courses that is available and just take some of them. Take them, it adds to you. It gives you that much advantage, right? So are we together? Alright, so can we open our LinkedIn profile? If you are not scared, let me see your LinkedIn profile. If you know your LinkedIn profile is up to par, let me see. Yes, let's open our LinkedIn profile. If you've not been posting on LinkedIn, in fact, some people will say LinkedIn is intimidating. You see somebody said something that was very funny on Twitter. It says when you go to LinkedIn, you see somebody says, I got my PhD at the age of 18, 4 PhD at the age of 23. I've done this, that. Okay, calm down, calming down. How come I use tension to kill me? But that's true. When you're on LinkedIn, you feel motivated, you feel inspired because you see people doing amazing things. Right? That's why you should be there. It's not every time screw. At times you want to be motivated, you want to know that at least you're doing something. Okay, so of course you have a lot of connections on LinkedIn, you can follow people. I tell people, anybody who is anybody in the world today, if they are not on Facebook, in fact most of them are not on Facebook, like they are not really active on Facebook, probably just have a Facebook page that is being managed by somebody, but they are always on LinkedIn. They are always on LinkedIn. Like there is nobody industry that is not on LinkedIn. So which is why you have to be here. Any major company has to be here as well. Alright, so it's very important that you take most of these. You have lots of connections, lots of job opportunities, and alright, so let me get to see our LinkedIn profile. You're not on LinkedIn, but your phone is down. Sorry, what's your name? Yes. Sorry? Ruth. Are you on LinkedIn? Okay. Where's your LinkedIn profile? Yeah. You know your LinkedIn. You have not opened yet. Okay, so if you know you are not on LinkedIn, let me see your hands up. If you are not on LinkedIn. Okay, so I think that should have been yes. If you are not on LinkedIn. Okay. So the question is, why are you not on LinkedIn? You didn't see that it was necessary, right? At least you're on Instagram now. Okay? You're flexing, you're doing things on Instagram. Okay. Alright, so please, for those that are not on LinkedIn, before we leave, like now, just go on LinkedIn. If you have the app on your phone, fine, open an account. If you do not have the app, you can still use your web, like your Chrome, and just sign up, or you can install the app and then use the app. But you have to create an account here. You have to create an account before we leave. So please, let me see your hands again. If you know you are not on LinkedIn, let me see your hands again, so that I know those people that I would find out from before we leave today, because we are almost rounding up. So you have at least the next 5-10 minutes to set that up. So before we close, I will come back to us and then see what we have done. So create a LinkedIn profile. You can install the app from Play Store or Apple Store, or you can just go from your web, from your Chrome browser, and then do that. Alright, so let's take to this slide. Do you have any question? Any question? Alright, so just give me a minute. Okay, so like I said, you get notified about new and relevant opportunities when they come, which is very important, why you should. And then you can try searching. Actually, it's something that you also do. No matter where you are, see you're around, we are in Goa now. You can just do like a quick Google search and see, search for a job near you. You can just type for a job near me. Just search for a job near me. I like to do this. At times, I just go on my phone and I say, okay, I want to, let's say, pizza near me, or I want to buy a phone, or this shop near me. Where is the closest shop to me in my current location? Also, you can do that for jobs. You can search for a job near you. Just type for any job near me, and then see the results that it will show you. You can see the result that it will show you, and then you can save this job posting, and then set instant daily or weekly job alert. Now there is one tool that I use. Like I said, you could use, very important, get yourself acquainted with jobs.google.com. Very important, get yourself acquainted with jobs.google.com. Also get yourself acquainted with Google Trends or Google Alerts. I use Google Alerts to get updates about new trending topics or new topics. I could decide to say, okay, I want information daily, weekly, or monthly. So with Google Alerts, you can set it up to say, okay, this helps me before I finish school then. In terms of agriculture, till tomorrow, I still get relevant updates that has to do with agriculture and tech. Because those were the two things I set for. So I get on a regular, constant updates on agriculture, constant updates on tech. So you can do that for Google Alerts. Just search Google Alerts or alerts.google.com. That's the website. For trend shows you trending things, trending topics, what is trending in Nigeria. There was the last time I did trend, I saw you can even compare. People are searching for, there was the last trend we did, one time when people were searching for how to make banga soup. That was like the trending topic, then people were searching. Like the trend shows you what people are searching for the most. So we saw that most Nigerians were searching for how to make banga soup, and then there was one time like that, and then there was one dance. How to dance, that was last 2 years or so, or thereabout. But see, there was one particular dance and Nigerians were searching for the most online. Alright, so. Okay. authenticate job posting. You ask the question, so make sure that the posting you apply for are legitimate. You check for credible online presence to ensure that at least these people have online presence dated back to weeks and months and even years, to know that, okay, yes, they are not just people that would scam you. Verify the company's location on Google Maps. Do not apply to anonymous employment job listing. At least they have to be people that have faces behind the organizations, faces behind them. We are not dealing with anonymous, right? And then if possible, check job forums and reference other candidates who have applied. That's why I talked about Neraland. Most times Neraland tells you or shows you bulk about some of these people. So avoid anonymous employers, check the company's online presence. These are some of the ways to authenticate job postings. Okay, so filter and identify a job opportunity. You find an opportunity, identify the job description, and then you also list how you apply for the job. Alright, so I'm pausing for questions. Are there any questions while I round up? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, so while we're running up, understanding job post. So we see here that you interpret the job description. You want to, of course, before you apply for a job, you want to know what the job descriptions are. Okay, so that you do not just jump into any job. And then again, it helps you to on how to tailor your CV. And then this is just like an example. So this is in Kwame 25 Lagos Sales Associate. This is his qualification, HND, marketing, has 2 years sales experience. Skills, fluent in Swahili and English, administrative skills, Microsoft Office. I talked about soft skills, right? In addition to whatever degree you have, this thing comes very, very much. And then the strength, you have communication skill, negotiation and relationship management. All of these things are skills that you can learn even in a day. I use Udemy a lot. I buy courses a lot from Udemy. I also take courses on Coursera. Okay, Coursera and Udemy. Udemy is not free, but there are times where we have coupon codes. Like I can get some very free courses I can share with us. Since we're already on the WhatsApp group, I used to have Udemy courses from time to time that have already been paid for. And then you also have courses on Coursera, free courses that you can also utilize. So 52% of global internet traffic comes from mobile sessions, which is very important because we know that bulk of what we do are mobile. So we are building a system. We know that people are searching more with their gadgets. So there's Google Go, which I talked about, is a lighter app than the Google Chrome. Of course, everything you need in one app, it has local relevance, optimized to save up to 40% of your data, and then you can easily switch between languages. So what you expect to see is this kind of interface with your UI UX. Okay, and then now I talked about the platform where, let me just put this up so we can see this clearly. Okay, let me just go online here. Let's do this. So please let's go to our browser and then type in this link. learndigital.with.google. Alright, so let's go on our browser. Type bit.ly/mtgng. We are going to just quickly do this together. bit.ly, just hold on, we are doing this together now. Let me go online. bit.ly/mtgng. Can we see it very well? Okay. bit.ly/mtgng. So it's going to bring you to this Grow with Google platform. How many of us are here? If you are here, let me see your hand. Okay, fine. So you can sign up. Just go ahead and sign up. Or register, whichever. Just go ahead and sign up. When you click on Get Started, it will show you where to sign up. I'm already signed in.
It's on the WhatsApp group. You can check the WhatsApp group. Please go on the WhatsApp group. Please go on the WhatsApp group. Just for the person beside you will give you.
Okay, so how many of us have signed up? How many of us have signed up? We have signed up. Quickly, let's sign up. We are going to see some of the courses. If you see there are over 156 courses here. There are so many courses. You can see there is, you have a category for digital marketing, you have career development, for data and all of that. So we have the one for fundamentals of digital marketing, which is advisable that you can start off with. It has so much value here. You have you get your business online, make sure customer finds you, promote your business on the online advertisements. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of resources, and they are all for free. Okay, so if you were to go up and say you are going to go with, let's look at career development, and then see there are courses here on career development. You can see there is one called Land Your Next Job, right? It's just an R, right? There is the one called How to Increase Productivity at Work, Intro to Digital Wellbeing, Effective Networking. You have your business communication. There's tons and tons and tons of resources for you here, and like I said, they are all for free. They are all for free, and this is being made possible by Google. Lots of information. All right, so this is so much that I think we can take for today, right? I think we can take for today. Tomorrow we'll be going more into looking at hands-on skills and all. Okay, so any question? Any question before we hand over to the other guys? Any question? Have we followed so far? Have we followed so far? Okay, have you cleaned anything so far today? Right? Have you cleaned anything so far? I'll need feedback because I'm going to ask at least 3-4 persons to tell us what they learned so far. Yes, at least 2-3-4 persons. Alright, so who is volunteering before I call people out? Just give us your feedback. What did you learn so far from the sessions that you have taken today? From Leon and himself. Yes, anybody volunteer? Like 3-4 persons mixture of male and female, 5 point people. You know how people? Okay. Alright. Just tell us your name and then tell us what you've learned so far.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Wilson by name. I've learned just found that there's no end to learning. You keep learning and learning until you get there.
Okay. Who else? She? Yes. See if she come and tell us what she learned.
My name is Esther. I learned about that care task of that knowledge, experience, tools, and attitude.
Okay, so you are going to apply what you learned?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Yes, okay, I'm coming to her. Let me.
Tell everybody, I'm precious. I've always been searching for platforms things that can learn my courses for, at least I don't need to spend much. But now I'm able to get platform and get it for free.
That's beautiful. Okay, yes. Yeah, please just so you can come out. You? Okay.
Okay, my name is Peace. I've learned that it's good to keep on developing oneself, even when you think you know it, there's still more to learn.
Amazing. Keep developing yourself. The knowledge is never wasted.
Okay, so my name is Bo. I've learned about some really cool websites that I really don't know about before. I've also learned the reason to sign up in LinkedIn, and really looking forward to learning more.
Yes. Okay, that's. She that there now. Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John. So, I've actually known about some of all this stuff before now. So, I've gone through the fundamental digital marketing training, but I've been able to get a good perspective that while we learn, we should be able to practice and get some work experience too. So, that's one of the things that I've learned today.
You know, remember they say practice makes perfect, right? So if you keep getting all of this knowledge and you're not practicing it, it's as good as you're not getting it, right? It's as good as you're not getting it. So we are pushing more. As much as you learn, ensure that you're practicing it to your experience.
My name is Rebecca, and some of the things I learned today, one is the world is going digital, and we live in a world that is revolving and has ICT at the center of it. So even while we learn, even while we practice, it's also good to seek for upgrade, because the world is evolving. What you know today will have some additions, some subtractions, and some modifications later on. Thank you.
Awesome. So many tools. I don't know, how many of you can comfortably use Google Meet here? You can set up a meeting yourself, or Zoom. You can comfortably set up a Zoom meeting yourself. You know, as easy as this thing is, it could just be part of the things that they're asking you to do. Like set up a Zoom meeting yourself, and then you're looking at the system, you're looking like, whoa. Like seriously. Yes, or how many of you can effectively use a presentation slide? Like you have, Google have various tools. You have your documents, you have your presentation, which we are using. What I've been using is called the presentation slide. You have your Google Drive. How many of you can use Google Drive effectively? So these are some of the soft skills that you need. Yes, communication skills, yes, time management. They are very, very vital, right? Very, very important. So, like somebody rightly said, in as much as you learn, ensure that you practice. It adds to your CV. It adds to your experience. So when somebody says, okay, we are looking for someone who has an experience 3-4 years, And then you have been playing. I used to use that word. I play around this a lot. I'll say, okay, I play around this industry, I play around this space because I have been touching around it for years. Right? So when you ask me, of course, I've had 3, 4, 5 years experience playing around or in that industry or in that space. So we're hoping that again tomorrow we're going to do much more. We're going to be also practical, taking you through lots of these skills, lots of these tools. And then, so that at the end of the day, you know that you have your hands on something and then build alongside it. Is that okay? Alright, so thank you guys very much for your time today.
Please, a round of applause for Ken, please. You guys see what for me, you have to stand up for Ken. Yes, please, a round of applause for Ken. Thank you guys. So now a round of applause for yourselves. Alright, that was awesome. So we all learned one new thing today. We're going to go to gather information. Just one thing that you're going to do differently that's going to change your behavior. So I read somewhere that learning is changing of behavior. All this information we just gave to you now, LinkedIn, Google Jobs, Jobberman, Cater, and all those other things, let it change your behavior. Don't just cover it and you can go home. But the thing is, this is just like 10%. This is 3 days, and tomorrow we have a bumper package for you guys. We have an amazing stuff for you tomorrow. We don't want to keep you here too long. We don't want to exceed the time. So tomorrow, 9 a.m., as early as you can come, we begin. So today we came with 2 minutes. The beginning time was shifted a bit, right? Tomorrow, please, let's come early, 9 a.m. And what you do for me is I need each person to bring 2 people. You know they do it now. Bring 2 people, your learn now becomes strong in network marketing. I need everyone to bring 2 people. It doesn't cost anything. Post it on your WhatsApp status, share it on your groups. All those groups people used to do gist. I saw Pants, Univer Marketplace. Please post it in that group. Faculty group. We need this auditorium to be filled up tomorrow. Don't just be selfish with this information. Share it. So tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing some awesome stuff. That's what I'm sharing tomorrow. You guys can see what we're doing tomorrow. So there was something I talked about data analysis and how to use data to make sense. Tomorrow I'll be showing everyone here how to do that. We'll also be showing you guys how to use social media and the internet to sell your brand, whether personal brand or business brand. What that means is not everybody wants to be a business person. Not everybody wants to do a job. Regardless of what you want to do, you can use social media, the internet, LinkedIn, Jobberman and the rest to promote your brand. Tomorrow we'll be talking about that. So please come early, 9 a.m. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? So please, 9 a.m. tomorrow we'll be doing this. Bring your friends and we'll have a good time tomorrow. Thanks so much. And if you haven't registered, the certificate we are giving you will not get it to you. So please, when you come tomorrow also, make sure the official at the door, register, you get your email, phone number, and your phone, so you can send you the certificate. And by the way, that certificate will help you. You say like, oh, I attended this digital skills training, and get a job. Okay?
Okay, I just dropped, I want to is on the WhatsApp group, right? And the WhatsApp group. Please, if you're not in the WhatsApp group, please your hands up in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so please, I don't know, if you're in the WhatsApp group and you're close to somebody who is not in the WhatsApp group, share the link with them. It's very important. I dropped the attendance on the group. How many of us have seen it? I just dropped the online attendance. We have to feel that it's also very important. And then again, as there are some skills that I feel, okay, tomorrow, how many of us can create a Google form? I love to ask such questions. Okay, how many of us cannot be able to create a Google form? Hands up. Okay, so also what we are going to be doing tomorrow. We just want to try our hands on things and then show you. And as this sound, I had to pay me website and pay. Whether it's a landing page, Google form, whatever. Because it's not, these are things that you could use, to keep building yourself. You use your confidence, you build all of these things for you. So these are some of the things we would be looking at.
So we'll be opening an opportunity for you to volunteer and get experience for free. It's not a paid position. You're not paying and we're not paying you. But that information will be shared tomorrow. So those that want to get experience, I'm going to give you guys some organizations in the name and also virtually. There may be ones that pay, but I'm just telling you now so you can prepare your minds when coming tomorrow. We have a lot of things for you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow, we give out these companies and how to apply to them, both local and international organizations, the ones in the those that want to do physical, those that want to do remote. So tomorrow, Alright, thank you guys so much. And if you haven't followed Mind the Gap, please do that on Instagram and Twitter. Mind the Gap_NG. Go to your Instagram, type Mind the Gap_NG. Instagram and Twitter, and follow Mind the Gap. Mind the Gap is one bringing this training to you, supported by Zenith Bank in collaboration with Google. Alright? Information. Okay, so
please, you just give us a minute. You're trying to get lunch for us, so please just hold on a bit. So we are assuming that we are on break now, right? So you can stretch your legs and just, of course, if you've not networked. So for those of us that I said should open your LinkedIn on this side, where are you? Those that have not opened your LinkedIn profile, please, your hands up. How many of us have successfully done it? Or we are still doing it? Or we are going to do it? You're on it. No, you're not convincing me at all. I don't want to believe. The way you're saying me, you're not convincing me. Are you on it currently? Okay, now please, for those of us that said they were going to do that, let's kindly do that. So we are on break. You can still go ahead and network. It's very important. I don't joke with this session. It has helped me a lot. So I love networking wherever I go to. So you can just talk to the next person if that was not the person that was sitting beside you before, or just move around, discuss with people, get contact, share, just share. There's a whole lot that can happen from this space. So you could network with one another while we are waiting for our lunch to come in.
My people, my people. My people, my people. You can answer me again. My people, my people. So I want to bring this fine, light-skinned lady to talk to you about some important things. You know, always things, gender equality and everything. So it's in us talking all about. So she wants to tell us some important things about Zenith Bank and some other things that they have in store for you, both tomorrow and the next phase of this training. So please, with a round of applause, let's welcome Authenticate from Zenith Bank. Woo! Ladies, encourage your own now. Clap for your own.
Hello, good
everybody. Don't mind me more. Hope we're doing alright. Hope we've learned a lot today. We're still going to learn a lot tomorrow and hopefully next tomorrow. And I hope you get value for this meeting. I don't know why you guys are leaving because we have refreshments for everybody. So I'm here to talk to you about Zenith Aspire account, but some people do not know about the account, right? So Zenith Aspire account is for undergraduates, for students like you. So for every Aspire account holder, you stand a chance to win 30,000 naira every month or 100,000 naira, it depends. So you have to perform a few transactions on the account for you to qualify to win either 30,000 naira. 3 people will win 100,000 naira and or 10 to 11 people will win 30,000 naira every month. If you follow our social media handles, you can check it on your phone now because there are a lot of scam pages online now, so you need to be very careful. So you can go to Instagram and check for Zenith Bank PLC. And any of the social accounts that you're following must have the blue tick. If it doesn't have the blue tick, then it is not our account. So you need to be very, very careful. So you can go on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to follow Zenith. Every month, we select our winners. If you perform transactions on your Aspire account, we select winners and then we post it on our social medias. Contact you. So you need an Aspire account as students. We incentivize students every month. So you don't want to live here without an Aspire account, right? So what else? Please just go and follow our Instagram account, our Facebook account, and our Twitter account. So please just be patient, we have refreshments for you. And why they say you should come with people tomorrow, because you're going to be doing a lot of practical learning tomorrow, all right? So it is good you don't come alone, come with people, because there's a lot to learn, all right? And tell them to come and open an Aspire account, because honestly, we give out money every month, and you don't want to miss it, all right? So I said you should learn that, you should hear that from me. Any other thing will be communicated with you before you leave. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for her again. Clap. So yeah, we're still open to taking questions about the Aspire account, questions about how to win. How many of us have followed the account you mentioned at Zenith Bank PLC? How many of us have followed? Now the one with the blue tick. How many of us have followed? Let me see your hands. This is okay. Come on, guys. We can do better. We can do better. Which one do you the butter or the tobacco? Which one do you prefer? Yeah? The mixture. We can do better. Ella rolled her eyes, you always fell off. We can do better. Okay, so I think there's something coming now, but also follow me. Don't follow me. My handle is King_Leone. Leone is spelled Leone. The reason you should follow me is that I give free tips and videos on how to make money online. Yes, you check any of my handles, you see stuff on how to make money online. So I have a book, it's for sale, but I'm not selling it to you guys. The book is 15 online businesses to make 100,000 monthly. So what I do is I'm breaking those content. We talk today, you still have to open the LinkedIn account, but you're not ashamed of it. Please, if you haven't opened LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, I'm going to somebody here, it's LinkedIn. Or maybe that accent is a French accent. LinkedIn. Okay. mistake we do a lot, especially the females. You open a social media account and then you use one very blurry, let me use the word detestable picture as your profile picture. Or sometimes you gotta put a selfie there that doesn't show you your best light, my dear. It's wrong now, wrong. So one of the things you should do, I believe everyone has an affordable smartphone, For the sake of your profile picture, just do this thing. Wear a suit or maybe a shirt with a tie or a fine outfit like on the glasses. Raise your hand up so they can see you. Now you at the top, yes. Yes, for the ladies, wear a nice outfit like that. Okay, so before I hand over to him now, let's take that, let's close that. Open a LinkedIn account and use a nice profile picture as your display picture so that more people will be interested in following your account. We'll talk more about this and we'll give you guys more useful tips to be able to help you get more jobs and be able to get your business and your brand online. Is that okay? Is that okay? Alright. Without further ado, please welcome Mr. Chinoso from Zenith Bank.
Thank you, everyone. So how has it been so far? Has it been good? Okay, so here's what you'll do for me. Like we said, follow us on our socials, right? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Then when you're tomorrow, right, invite someone. So here's the thing, we're going to give out free gift cards tomorrow. Each gift card will have about 5,000 naira. We're going to give out souvenirs, school bags, possibly power banks, pop sockets, and a host of other things. We would like for a lot of people to come here tomorrow, all right? So is that a deal? Yeah, so another thing my colleague said, we have a promotion going on. We call it the Aspire by Zenith promo, right? I'm sure she's told you about it. So once you have an Aspire account, once you open an Aspire account, you get an Aspire debit card. You perform one transaction via any of our e-channels. That's the mobile banking, star 966 hash easy banking, right? You stand a chance, winning up to 100,000 naira, right? So we've actually had 115 lucky winners in the past 4 to 5 months. So if you don't have a card, if you just put an account today, an Aspire account, then go get the debit card, enroll on any of our channels, and stand a chance of winning up to 100,000 naira. Is that a deal? Yeah? Okay, so now straight to the point. Financial literacy. So what is financial literacy? We're going to make it as interactive as possible. So I'm going to step down here. This throne, pulpit. I'm going to go around. We're going to talk. I can call you and we'll discuss. So what do you think financial literacy is? Financial, when you say financial literacy, what do you think it means?
The ability to manage your own finance, how to know how it is disbursed, how to spend, to get an account, to account for the financial spendings.
Okay, manage in English. Can you break it down? What is financial literacy? Oh, we always have something to say. So, what is financial literacy?
Financial literacy basically is knowing how to use your money, knowing how to, I don't use the word manage, I mean the word know how to use your money.
So how do you use your money? I don't want to say the word manage. So how do you use your money? I don't know. Do I know?
It's all about you have that understanding of how money works.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So we've said how to use your money, manage your finances, have an understanding of how money works, right? So if I were to say how does money work, we'll keep going on and on. So essentially what we're saying is that money comes in, true or false? Money comes in more than it goes out. You have more credit than the talent. True or false now? For you, okay. So the thing is, we all have money, right? As students, you have pocket money every semester. So, be able to manage your finances. And we're not going to get in accounting, how do they say in accounting? Who's studying account? They say carry over, have it? Yeah. So we're going to go down to the basics. The point is, how much money do you have come in? How much money do you have go out? And the thing is, you're students, but everything in life revolves around habits, right? It's what you're doing now that you'll do even after you leave the four walls of the institution. So even when you get a job, it's the habits you form that will carry on. So if you can't manage your pocket money right now, graduate, you get a job with whatever institution, and once they pay you your salary, that same salary will just go, true or false. Then if you're one of those, how do they say, bamba, right? You're on the road with big boys. You come to school, they give you how much for pocket money, but you want to go to where are the places you live? What clubs are you in? Jokers, what else? They used to have oxygen then, they used to have some other places, right? So the thing is, you are responsible for your lives, you're responsible for the habits you form, and you need to start learning how to manage. So when we tell you, open an Aspire account, get a debit card, we're not just saying it for the sake of saying it, we're asking you to be responsible for your finances, learn how to manage your money, because if you don't know how to manage your money now, you will definitely make the same mistakes in the future. So, in essence, financial literacy is all about first understanding you, understanding your habits, then with those habits you now know how to manage your finances. So how do you do that? We know what's called a budget. You've heard of the national budget, Nigeria, Abi? They tell you, oh, we have a budget. What do you think they're trying to do? They're trying to allocate resources, right or wrong? Plan. So in other words, you also have to have a budget. If I ask any of you now, if you have a budget, everybody will say yes. Okay, break down that budget. Let me even start. So your budget for a semester is 20,000 naira. So I want someone to break, your budget is 20,000 naira, break it down.
5,000 naira for maybe academic stuff, okay, 5 days, well, maybe it's not you want to buy someone's training, maybe you want to buy belts, you want to cut your hair, that would be bad. Academic. Yes, everything is perfect.
I'll say 5K, right? For half, right? 2K, right? I'd say it's for feeding. I'd say 3K is transportation. I'd say 1K is for recharge card, many 9K now. So if you are able to break down, then you have a better understanding. But a lot of people here, it's still okay. A lot of people here do not even understand how money works. It just comes in, like I get 100K. Then before you know it, you don't have money. And you begin to wonder how. And the truth about the matter is, if you don't know how to manage your finances or use your money, guess what will happen? Someone else will manage it for you. True. They can just come and tell you, oh boy, you get one thing, I mean, if you give me curious, and you will be very, permit me, wicked not to give them. Why? Because you don't even know what to do with the money, right or wrong. But they will tell you, you know what? Don't put it in standard charter, put it in GTP. By 2 o'clock, I'll be by 8 here. They've already planned that if you don't enter account or that kind of indebtedness, just trigger. So they have, meanwhile, you don't even have a plan of what to do with your money. So that's what I'm preaching today. You need to be financially literate, right? Know what to do with your money. And where is the best place to put your money? I wish I had it items here. You know, where's the best place? Who will answer? Wrong. Wrong. They wear a back. No. Wrong. Zenith Bank. What's your name? What? Constant, please see me. That's the best thing. No, you push your answer now. Where's the best place for your money? Exactly. So, I mean, we can't come here and equip you alongside our partner and we'll say, where's the best place to keep your money? And you tell me the bank. How? I don't understand. You have to be specific. Zenith Bank. Okay, so how to create a budget, how to track your spending, how to save for your future. What is it? It's a budget, a summary of the money you expect to come in, right? And the money you plan to spend. So there are two things happening. There's income and expenses. That's the bottom line of everything we are saying. Money comes in, money goes out. What is coming in is called income. The one that's going out is called expenses. It doesn't get any better than that over a specific period of time. So we're saying make decision about how to spend what? What's that? Make about how to spend your. So if you're not making a decision about how to spend your money, what did we say? Exactly. So make a decision or make decisions about how to spend your money. It is your money. It is not my money. True or false? Then don't spend more than you earn or have. What's another word for it? No, what's the rainy thing slang for it? You want to bamba? Anyway, create a plan on how to spend your money. Distinguish between wants and needs. So that's the most important thing. Now let's talk about wants and needs. Your wants right now. Let's do true or false. Tell me if it's true or false. Your wants right now. An iPhone 13. an iPhone 13? No, it's true. No. Okay, is your need an iPhone 13? Okay. RX 350 is your need right now? It's not your need? Okay. What's it called? Let's say a good laptop, right? That costs about maybe average of 350,000 is your need. Is your need? That is spirit. Anyway, another thing is, my need when I was a student, right? I probably wanted a car, but it wasn't a need. Today I work. Do you think it's a need or a want? It's a need, right? Good. So when I was a student, I probably wanted to, go on a splurge, right? Maybe visit the shores, outside the shores of this country. I'm not saying as a student you can't. I'm just saying it was probably what I wanted. But was it a need? Or drive something big. So your wants and your needs are valid, but it now depends on the context of time. Do you get that? Depends on where you are. Do you get what I mean? So if your want for now is clashing with your needs, and you've not told yourself this is where I am at this point, they are clashing, then it becomes a problem. And then you're not able to plan accordingly. Am I making any sense? So we are still getting somewhere. So when we say wants and needs, we want you to have a financial plan, create a budget for yourself, save. We are saving not because we are compelled to save, we are saving because we are trying to imbibe a habit, right? And it starts from the little things. You have an account. If you decide to save 500 naira every week, in 1 month, how much do you have? Right? 2,000. You've achieved two things. You've been able to save, even though it's little, right? And you've been able to imbibe a habit, true or false. Then you can now decide, okay, I have this 2,000 in my Aspire account, then another, so in a year, if you're saving 500 every week, in a year, how much do you have? So in a month, you have 4,000, right? 2,000, right? So in a year, you have what? That you've not touched. So when we say save, we're not expecting you to save 1,000. If you could save that, that's fine. We're not saying you should save 20, 100 students. We're saying this is the time where you need to start forming the habits, right? Just telling yourself, what are my wants? What are my needs? So even if it's little as 100 naira, 200 naira a week, the most important thing is that you're imbibing a habit, you're forming, you're understanding the need to set aside and not eat up everything. Like a farmer does what? Plants, harvests. Does the farmer eat up all the harvest? Right? So he separates some to replant, right? And he eats some. So that's why we say you need to be more actually aware or literate, right? So in doing this, you need to now start having a breakdown of your spendings. You need to draw a roadmap. Say for January, how much do I have? How much am I going to spend? Even if you don't get it right this month, you don't get it right next month, you might get it right. These habits take time, true or false. So you have to start imbibing the culture of saving. Now let me tell you, More money is good. What money can buy is good. But if you don't manage your money will manage you. Alright? If you don't understand yourself well enough to manage your finances, it'll manage you. So we're saying, create a budget, draw out your plans, simple, income expenses. What do I have? What is going on? Even to as little as cutting your hair. Have a budget. As transportation. Guess what happens? If someone comes to you and tells you, I beg, if you read my key, automatically, what would you say? You wouldn't say no. The first thing that will come out of your mouth is not part of my budget, true or false. Because you already have true or false. If you don't have and you had like 50K, and someone walked up to you and asked you for money, what's the likely thing you would say? You'll say no, or yes. But if you say no, what will happen? You'll feel guilty, right? Somewhat. Because you know that you don't even know what to use it for. Or if you draw out your budget and someone asks you, you will not say no. The best thing or the most likely thing that will come out of your mouth is, sorry, it wasn't part of my budget. True or false? You wouldn't say no. So that's where planning comes in. If you don't plan to succeed, you plan to fail. Right? So the what, where, why, and how. So we already said the best place to save is Zenith Bank, right? So we're saying, why do you have to save in Zenith Bank? We give competitive interest rate of 1.15% per annum. Now, you might say that's small, but we want to have the experience of someone should help me, is it 2 people or 3 people? Who can be the perfect? Bring 3 people, bring 100,000 and get some 50%. Abi? Then they'll say, in 5 days, in 10 days, someone will call you. Abi? We've all heard that. Easy come, easy go. Right? So I advise everyone, as much as possible, understand that with high risk comes high returns. Right? Bring 1 million, put it, you get 50%. You do it once, you get 50. Next one, say bring, you do it. You're waiting on your phone. What's up? Say no, it's not possible. Smarter than it's not. Can't do it. Say lie. You go to the website. Say error. You go, it's hanging. Say, you can't tell me. You know that kind of cry. You just go inside your room, cry. Tears and come on. You can't tell anybody. Abi? You say, I thought you were smarter than this. The person that is telling you I thought you were smarter than has cried his own cry. Come out. So, high risk, high returns. So 1.15% when you open an Aspire account. You're sure if you put your money there, you come back tomorrow, your money's there. That's the beauty. Now, we can decide to put our monies traditionally put in their housing. You run the risk of being, stolen. Some people would say piggy box or piggy bank. So you get this color, whatever, you put it. All those internet things I was saying, they'll just, you want someone will not appear. They'll not bring out 1,000 stories. They'll not say, I put it, you see 1,000 looking neat. You see, you look at it and say, Jesus, I need to go and construct my own. And you told someone, I'm going to construct my own, as you're telling the person, say, good idea. As you're saying, the person is helping you count it. When it's time for it, the person already has one hammer somewhere. The person says, you don't need it now, it's raining day, we're waiting for rainy day, my own rainy day is today. So you just say, let me just go out. The person carries hammer, breaks it, carries the money. So it's not safe, right? So you stand the risk of losing your money, theft and stuff. So like you said, it's important saving in the bank. Again, what saving in the bank does for you is it gives you a good track record. If you have a good track record of savings, you can get loans, and we'll talk about that. How many of you have side hustles here? How many of you bake? You know, you do things. So let me advise you, if there's anything you need to take away from here, I tell you that as you progress, understand that we have gone past, even though in Nigeria, I don't even know where we are. A lot of countries have gone past the industrial revolution, right? People have gone past 9 to 5. Do you understand? People are combining their 9 to 5s with their skills. So whatever you do now, no matter how little it is, if you bake, you know, small shops, events, planning, consultancy at your level, you need to continue, right? So even when you get your job, those skills, don't let them die. So you're equipping yourself as an entrepreneur, because you're not going to work with someone forever, true or false. So you keep developing your skills, and we'll get to that. So you stand a chance of getting a loan from Zenith Bank when you save. So we said here, savings and at least 20% of your income should be put away for a rainy day. In life, always understand your own capacity. So you should save 20%, and you know, you can't even save 10%. It is your race, right? We've only given you direction. You can decide, I'm going to be doing 5%, then it will grow to 10%, then 20%. The whole idea is to know yourself and how that works. So you might say, you're getting 10,000 naira a semester, I'm going to stretch myself, I'm going to save 1,000 naira or even 500. I'm not going to touch it. It's your decision. So don't let anybody have learned to save, don't worry. They say we should save financial literacy. Woo! They give you 10K, I'll save 8K, nothing is happening. 1 week, they're looking at the 8K. Say, no, financial literacy. They say we should say imbibe culture. I'm not banning with the bank or whatever. 1 week plus. He said, no, let me just small just 500. Let's do. And that time, I'll not go to the work so that over the counter I can draw 500. Just to draw 500. 2 weeks. Your mobile app is red every week. Well, you know, you don't open that mobile app. The way you spend that money. So just do it at your own pace, yeah? So, how do we save? We said save in the bank. So we'll talk about personal accounts. So personal account, as the name implies, is an individual account. So you either have a savings or a current. But the purpose of this, we'll talk about the Aspire undergraduates between the ages of 16 to 25 years old. So all you need, of course, you need a BVN. So for those who already have an account, an Aspire account, you just need your school ID, admission letter, your school ID or admission letter, or a valid means of ID with one passport photograph if you were going to a bank branch. Else, if you had accessed our Aspire link, you can just, it's BVN enabled, so you can open it with your BVN, then visit either outside or branch to process your card. Hopefully you'll have a valid means of ID with you, and admission letter or school ID. The Zenith, we talked about the Zenith Aspire 16 to 25 for students. The cards, we give them at a discounted rate of 500 as opposed to the 1,000 naira. But here, if you come in tomorrow, for those who have and we're able to get the cards and enroll on our channels, and for some others, we'll give you gift cards, 5,000 naira each, so you can go spend it. We'll also have souvenirs to give to you, school bags, possibly smartwatches, so you can connect it to your phone, read your heartbeat, your sleep patterns, and all whatnot. and power banks. We have very good power banks. So these are some of the Aspire cards that we have. My colleague will talk about now. So available channels, internet banking, mobile app, USSD. Then we have you heard of Ziva? Who's heard of Ziva? Okay, what's Ziva? Just, you have the phone number. So instead of waking up, some people, they love going to the bank, and me, I don't understand it. They wake up, and dressing up. Where are you going? And they go back. Where are you going? They want everybody to see their policy. And they go back. Okay. I bet make I reach back and they come. You think there's 1 billion or somewhere. Just go to the bank, start. You'll be like, from here to there, start. At the end of this day, what do you want? I'll check my balance. Come on. You understand? They say, just check one money, give me some. Say, it doesn't reach. Where did the money go? Don't worry. Say, okay, check. Then, officers are very patient, Abby. Always smiling. Waiting for you. And they check. Okay, no problem. Then you now again go. I mean, some people actually, I think we should do ID cards for some people. Come, one day we say, Chairman, when I take your ID, I'm part of it. Anyway, so just download our mobile apps, go to the Play Store, download it, check your balance, make your transfers, or the USSD, which you don't require data for. Use that to perform your transactions. Then if very pressing issues, you can then visit a branch. We advise you to do that. Or the Ziva is the Zenith Intelligent Virtual Assistant. So you chat just like you do your chats. Just your balance and your... Who can give us the phone number, the Ziva phone number? Okay, but we all know it, right? So just chat up and you're good. The Aspire by Zenith promo, we've been preaching. Please, if we call you that you want an Aspire, where's my colleague? Because we call text messages. Some people, I think someone told him or someone told God will punish your generation. No. See, if someone called that I won, I will listen. As long as you don't ask me for BVN, Abby, or my account number, even if you ask me for my account, I'll give it to you. What do you want to do for? As long as you don't ask, but don't give your account number. As long as you don't ask me for BVN, okay, and they can speak some kind of English. This one, customer service. There are some things that are no-brainers. Not call you that you work in customer service in Zenith Bank. Is it possible? We have ladies. And some of them have this, I know my voice is deep, but one has voice that even you've not seen the person, you are scared. So they should talk. Okay, good afternoon, sir. You want, oh great, you want 100,000, oh great. Okay, go to it. Okay, if I call, see, let me start how we call. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Nom, I'm Zenith Bank head office. Are you DG Abayomi? Okay, sorry, congratulations, sir. You just won 100,000 naira. You're a winner in our Aspire by Zenith promo. Kindly visit the Zenith Bank branch to redeem your cash prize. Does that sound like a scam? Did I ask you for BVN? I said go to any Zenith Bank branch. Am I God? Did you go to branch, if you're in Kano, how will I know? Do you understand? The 100,000 naira, I didn't ask you for more details. Abi? Or even before you talk, good afternoon, sir. Okay. Hey, what's this number? You see 01, because we won't use our personal 01. Some people say, I feel like saying a scammer, I don't they call. You know, so you just want, God punish you. The ones you just allow the phone. If the person is a scammer, let him waste his credit, right? So just click, call you, listen. Some people would go to the branch, after paying them the 100,000, they will now call us to say, oh, sorry, I didn't know. We had over, I might not give you the exact figure, so you don't quote me. We have at least 50 people that have not gone to collect from 30,000 naira to 100,000 naira waiting. So you can imagine, Christmas came and went. In this regime, 100K is waiting for you. They call you, they are saying it's scammer. Oh, huh? How would you like it? Should they say there's a book of life? They remove your name from book of life and put someone's name. No, they will come. They will come around. I think another thing is people do not know the awareness, right? So that's why we're here. We're saying this so you tell everyone else there's such a thing as this. If you don't have an account, that's what we've been telling you. Have an account, open an account. We're not forcing you. Or when you have an account, you get a card. I'm telling you, and let me tell you a secret for people that will open an account this month, get a card, enroll and perform a transaction, they stand a chance to be winners because a lot of people start this process and they don't end it. So we have people that will just open an account, that's it. Open an account, get a card, that's it. Open an account, enroll, don't get a card. So you can be one of those lucky winners because a lot of people are not aware. So you need to do it. You need to spread the word. So let me go over it again. Open an Aspire account, get an Aspire debit card, perform a transaction, and stand a chance to win up to 100,000 naira. So convenience and lifestyle. Talked about the mobile app. You can use our mobile app. We talked about which is our USSD string. Then our cards. Even our cards will come in multi-purpose cards. So your ID card, we'll still have that discussion with the school. So your IDs could double as debit card. Doubles as your debit card. And of course we have Ziva, which we spoke of. See our Ziva chick. She's bad like that, but she's not always dressing corporately. She get-ups, you know. You can check your balance, you can effect some transfers, you can do some things, essentially WhatsApp banking. SME friendly bank. So this is where I want you guys to be involved. Businesses, you do whatever, access to our loans. Now, you can have access to our single-digit loans of 9%. I'm not sure you will get anywhere but Zenith Bank. 18, 24, 16, or even 12. I'm not sure 12. But you can get it as good as this. So SM Enterprises. So every economy is built through the SMEs. So everybody's adding value one way or another. You have the barber that has a shop, you have the events planner, you have someone that does the aluminum thing, you have someone that sets up, you know, DJ, you know, and all whatnot. The people in fashion, they all constitute the SME sector, and we have something. So, to have an SME account with us, you must have a registered business. It's either it's incorporated as a limited liability company, or it's a business name. Now, the CAC has done this, it's very good. You can go on the CAC website and do it yourself. and get a business name. I think it costs less than 10,000, about 5,000. Get a business name, get registered. With that, you can open an SME account. So for all other corporate accounts, we charge an EMF of 1 naira per mil. That's for every 1,000, we charge you 1 naira. But for the SME, we reduced it. So it comes in 3 variants. We have the basic, the premium, and the what? What? I beg your pardon? We have the SME basic, the premium, and the ultra. And the thing is, they have much reduced. We're wondering what the EMF was. It's account maintenance fee. So if you had less than 20 million, if you were doing 20 million and below as annual turnover, that means all the credit that went into your account for 2021 was less than 20 million, then you qualify for the SME basic. Now, instead of paying 1 naira per mil, you'll pay 10 kobo per mil, all right? So that's much reduced. But then you must have a sitting balance of about 20,000 naira in your account. Same goes, or almost the same goes for the premium, where you should have at least 50,000 naira and you pay what? 20 kobo. Then the last one, you should have at least 100,000 naira and you pay what? 50 kobo. So the thing is, if you have business, of course, we have the SME cards for you at a discounted rate. We'll give to you. We don't require collateral. We're not asking you to go and get. So let me break it down. You are an events person, or you do confectionery. Someone wants you to, whatever, do small jobs for a little wedding. Cost 300,000 naira or 500. And you had this SME account, you've been using it, money has been going out, coming in for some time. It's not a problem. When you apply, we'll let you know if you can't get the 500, you'll definitely get 300. If you can't get 200. So that's what they do. We're not asking you for money, we'll just look at your track record, what you've been doing with that account. And quote me, we'll give you something. Alright? But we need to know that you've been using the account. So, like I said, saving is very good. So when you save and you build traction, we can sponsor what you do at 9% per annum. And if you want to break it down, who can do 9 divided by 12? 9 divided by 12, that's the interest rate you pay per month. So what's 9? Okay, so now if you were to take 1 million, for instance, what's 0.75? What's 1% of 1 million? 10,000. Right, so you'll be paying 7,500 a month as in. Is that okay? Right. So the interest will be at 0.75. So if you're taking 1 million from us, you pay 7,500. If you were taking 100,000 from us, what would be your income? 750 naira, right? But you know how we do it? If 1 million, you need to pay the principal plus the interest. But then the interest would be 7,500 for 1 million. Then the next month, because you have paid some part of the principal, it will now be 7,500 to be less. Do you get the number? So it's on a reducing balance basis. So if you took 1 million this month, and next month you're paying an interest of 7,500, and part of principal, you pay down, let's say, 200,000 plus the interest. Next month, you're going to be having what? 800 and something outstanding, or less than 800,000 to clear, right? The interest will be on less than 800, so you may not pay that 75. Does that make sense? What free e-commerce site? So we're going to list you, right? We're going to not only list you, we're going to help you with, if you wish, a site. You know, we're going to help you have a site, and we're also going to list you. We have a bouquet of merchants that will expose to our customers as well. So there's an SME community, meaning that we're going to put you in our community of SMEs, like an e-commerce hub. You know, one of our, we have people like that. We have LG, you know, we have Costaris. I mean, these are big ones, but then we also have, you know, so Z woman. So if you're a woman, if you're a lady here, you are favored. No matter the business you do, for as long as you're a woman, bank will give you a loan at 9%. So what qualifies you is that you're a woman, you have a business, or you're part of the shareholder. The shareholding makes up 50%. So if you have a mother, auntie, or your business, as a woman, you qualify in business. You can walk up to us and tell us you want a loan, but at least you should have an account, corporate account with us, either a business team or a limited liability. Not done much with us, but you've done with other banks. You can bring your statement and we'll see what we can do for you. But the most important thing is for you to first have that account, then we'll take it from there. It's at 9%, you can give to a maximum of 10 million. Tenure maximum of 2 years. As a woman. So for business accounts, you can go on the Corporate Affairs Commission website to open one. To get a certificate, to register your company. You go on CAC and do that, or if you call a lawyer can do that for you. Why choose Zenith Bank? So we could say that Zenith Bank is in the whole wide world. It's true. Yeah. So we could say we have a large, in fact we have rates, you know, the largest in terms of the asset base. We could say all sorts of things, right? But the truth about the matter is, we wouldn't be here as a bank if not you, not for our customers. You know, so that's why we're taking the time to not thank you for banking with us, but we would also want you to continue to be a part of us, you know, which would see us win together. So thank you very much. We'll be here tomorrow, right? And we'll reward everyone as much as possible. And yes, that will be our starting point. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Tomorrow. I expect everyone here, Florence, to bring at least bit of info. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening.